material. They use it everywhere as insulation for electric wires, spark plug caps, and light fittings, all of which make the cars much safer.
But the old-fashioned glass treated under this new invention only gives you an old-fashioned headache.
Plastics become so important in cars, pioneer Henry Ford even comes up with a new way of making the stuff. He turns to natural oil from soybeans and corn. In 1941, he shows off a new prototype car made mostly of soybean-based plastic. 25% lighter than metal, it's stunningly fuel efficient. But Ford can't pursue the project because history steps in. The world faces more pressing priorities. World War II speeds up the progress of plastic. The Allies need it to make fighting machines more efficient. Metal, steel, copper, aluminum, and zinc are all in short supply. There's not much natural rubber either. Southeast Asia is occupied by the Japanese, so plastics become a substitute for traditional manufacturing materials. To cope with the demands of wartime, petrochemical companies built massive new plants, turning crude oil into plastic. It's used in planes and tanks to make gear wheels, synthetic rubber tires, parachutes and ropes, all made from nylon.
This paratrooper floating down to welcome Mother Earth is depending on plastics to get him there safely.
Plastic plays a huge part in helping the Allies win the war. With the Nazis beaten, the United States is now in a great position to take the lead in plastics production. It owns 2/3 of the world's manufacturing capacity. The plastics industry comes of age, turning from war to peace, from fighting to fun.
Here's a pair being tried on during office hours. Men will, of course, be observing the lack of wrinkles round the foot.
Plastics are about to conquer the world. It's the dawn of a consumer explosion. In 1945, most people had never heard of a television. But by 1949, as plastic makes TVs cheaper, Americans buy 100,000 a week. Between 1955 and 1965, 42% of Americans rely on condoms for birth control. And in 1965, the symbol of everything plastic also arrives, the plastic bag. Today, the world uses about 500 billion plastic bags a year, 1 million a minute. Through the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the plastic revolution begins.
Anne has her own system when she prepares salads and other foods. She just covers them with clear plastic film.
Every record is made with the same high-fidelity standards.
In the world of tomorrow, plastics will certainly call the tune.
These post-war decades are when plastic becomes a lifestyle.
The one way to buy Tupperware is a fun way. At a Tupperware home party.
Nowadays, everything can be made in plastic, turning a huge sheet of plastic into a boat in 9 minutes flat. The extras are optional. And there's no need to worry about running on the rocks. This new boat will take it.
By the end of the 60s, plastic even makes it off-planet. That flag Neil Armstrong plants on the moon? Nylon. Here's where plastic really goes through the roof.